So I got this stool about a week ago at the 99-cent store. It was $9.99 and I picked it up for my daughter. She has a little vanity. Well, she actually has a little nightstand that I cut about 2 inches off the legs, and I'm turning it into a little vanity for her. So she needed a little stool to go with it. And I saw this and it was only 10 bucks, so I picked it up, but it really doesn't go with her room decor, so I'm going to be spray painting it and adding something to the cushion. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the screws in order to remove the seat cushion, and that way I could easily spray paint the base. These are actually pretty loose, they're not tight at all. Let's see if it's not glued on. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to spray paint this. I'm going to get a few of these flowers. I'm going to boil them, and I'm going to see if it works as a dye, so I could dye some of my trim. I got this idea because I saw that on the floor they were actually staining the floor when you step on them, so I figure if I boil them I could probably dye my ribbon with it for my trim. Okay, so I ended up boiling my flower petals, and I also ended up putting some rose petals, and it really didn't give me much color, so let me show you. Just gave me a little bit. Actually, you know what? Kind of did. But I think that in order for the trim to pick up the color, I'm going to need to add more color. So I'm going to add food coloring. I'm not going to be washing the trim or putting the seat in the washing machine, so it really doesn't matter if it washes off in the washing machine. And I've never tried this, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. I kind of want it to be like a lavender, so I'm going to add a drop of blue. Hopefully it won't be too dark. And then I'm just going to test a little piece of my trim. Oh, that's done. Let's see if this works. Okay, so this is the trim I'm going to be using, and I just wanted to have like a hint of color. I really don't want it to pick up too much color, just a subtle. Let me see if I leave it here. So I let the trim sit inside the bowl for about a minute, and this is the color I got, which is actually what I was looking for. And when I place it against my chair, I just wanted it to have a light hint of color. And this is not actually my real trim. I'm going to be dyeing. This is the trim I measured already. So I'm going to be placing this in here, and I'm going to let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then I'll let it dry, and then I'll see how I'm going to attach it to the side. I want to sew it on, but I also want to add some fabric glue just to make sure it's on there and it's secure. Okay, so I'll be back. I'm gonna let this sit for about a couple minutes. Okay, so now for the big reveal. It actually got the exact color that I wanted. This is the color we had before, which was ivory, and I wanted a color that went a little better with the color of the cushion. It's actually perfect. So I have to take off my petals. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to let it dry on the towel. And in the meantime, I'm going to go get the base of my stool from outside, and I'm going to attach this piece back, and then when this is a little bit more dry, I'm going to attach it to the cushion. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the stool, now in gold, and it actually looks a lot better already. So next we're gonna add the trim. So now I'm going to add the trim. I'm going to start from the seam here, and I think I'm gonna start gluing it with this glue I got at the 99-cent store. I got it a long time ago, and I'm going to add just a little bit as I go along because I'm gonna try to sew it. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get the needle in and out, but let's try, because I really just don't want to leave it glued and then it's gonna fall off. Okay, so this is my daughter's vanity, and this is the finished stool, and she loved it. You can't really see it in the video, but in person you could see that the trim is actually pink, like a light mauve pink. and it actually looks really nice on the stool. And I had recently spray painted the mirror with the same color that I spray painted the stool, so now that matches. And I also spray painted this little side table in ivory a couple months ago, so I'm probably going to have to repaint it soon because my daughter colors on top of it a lot, and yeah, it needs a touch up. But yeah, that's the finished results, and I'm actually really happy with it. Thank you.